from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Thanks for joining us this week in BG24 News. I'm Ralen Cleveland. You might have seen letters left around campus. If you do, pick it up. It's a new way to send tangible acts of love. BG24's Jennifer Albright has more of these random acts of kindness.
Campus Cursive is an organization here at BGSU that surprisingly does not involve cursive.
Campus Cursive is a branch of the global organization More Love Letters, and our whole mission is to do tangible acts of love through letter writing. On BG campus, we do letter bombs, which are little notes we leave around campus for encouragement to the students or even staff and faculty.
Our meetings are every Tuesday at 8 p.m. in BA 1000. They're usually about an hour, but you can come and go as you please. We do count as service hours for those in organizations that need volunteer hours, such as Greek Life. We count as a full service hour, even if you don't stay the whole hour.
The organization meets every week, and the meetings are open to students and faculty here at BGSU.
We also take letter requests for people who are going through a difficult time in their lives, and we just want to remind them that they're not alone and they're loved and people are thinking of them.
If you would like to nominate somebody to get a letter, contact the organization through their social media or email.
I joined Campus Cursive because I knew Stephanie Worth, and she's a former officer, and she invited me to come to one of the meetings and check it out, and I came to the first meeting, and since then I loved it.
So if you happen to find one of these small notes around campus, read it, give it to a friend, and just spread the love. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Jennifer Albright.
Campus safety is something you need to keep in mind at all times. Here are a few resources that BG offers that are important to remember. BG24's Morgan Ward talked to Bowling Green Police Department to find out more.
During the warmer months, sexual assault and ransack cases occur. Safety through the university is a top priority.
I think people can stay safe on campus by walking with a buddy or walking through buildings instead of walking outside, and also having your location on for just your friends and not like strangers.
The blue emergency light poles are for student safety. They are placed all around the university for student convenience. The police station is a resource that can be used for more than crime-related activities. Police are there to mediate any situation. The police will be there from guiding students home to helping with car troubles.
Respond to a lot of non-criminal calls. We're there to help mediate situations from time to time as well. And we can also be a valuable resource.
By having the alert BG texting number, students are able to know more about their surroundings. Morgan Ward reporting.
Ever heard of improv? Bad Genetics Improv is a Bowling Green's premier long form of improv. Students get to express themselves on stage with a wide variety of characters. Bad Genetics had an open mic night, and BG24's Ryan Lauschie was there with the details.
Believe it or not, this scene is all on the fly. This is Bad Genetics Improv, Bowling Green State University's premier long-form improv team. Bad Genetics delivers the hilarity straight to your frontal lobe with regular shows on the BG campus and a variety of comedic video shorts made purely for your enjoyment.
I would say for people to expect the unexpected, because it is in the nature of improv to do things that are very much unexpected, because we do improvise, but just because you never know what kind of audience you're going to get, so the things that they might be laughing at could affect where we take a certain scene, and the monologues come from suggestions from the audience, so depending on who's there who suggests what, it's just never going to be the same.
Bad Genetics Improv started mainly as an idea. The first campus improv team was Plastic Shatners, a short-form improv team. And people wanted to do an improv team that was more based for a long-form setting. Thus, Bad Genetics was born.
Why'd you bring a blowjob? What is it was?
Long form is more storyline oriented, making it seem more like a play than a short and quick game. Short form is like, whose line is it anyway, the TV show? Like where they make games out of it or come up with results quick and fast. For the people in Bad Genetics, it's a good way to express themselves creatively. Of Of course, it can be hard to come up with things right on the fly. What helps is that the group has a great structure, like when they start off with a monologue, helps the group put together what they would like to perform in the future. They build off of the monologue itself. There are times where they think that they don't know where their performance is going, but the members trust each other and their team and try to come up with something that goes along with the story. Even if it's the most random thing and it doesn't make sense, the rest of the team just has to roll with it, which is fun to make it all turn into something that makes sense. And to a lot of the members of Bad Genetics Improv, this isn't just a group, this is a family.
They're your team, but they're also like 10 of my best friends.
Bad Genetics does performances in the Business Administration Building in room 110 at 7 p.m. every other Friday. The next upcoming show is on October 18th, with the next being November 1st. For BG24 News, this is Ryan Lucine.
Next up, we have the Falcon Sports Report with the one and only Chase Bachman. Chase?
Thanks, Ralen. The drought is finally over as the Falcons beat the Rockets in football this past Saturday. BGSU got its first win in the series since 2009. Quarterback Grant Loy ran and passed for a combined 300 yards. Scott Loeffler said yesterday in his weekly press conference that his team showed they have what it takes to be successful.
Being on point every single play, 100% concentration on just that play, playing with emotion, playing together, playing for each other, not being selfish. We were able to taste it, and now the challenge is to be able to do it day in and day out, and that's hard to do. That's really hard to do, but that's what those championship places that I've been a part of do, and that's where we need to take our next step.
The Falcons' next game against Central Michigan is scheduled to kick off at 2, and shifting to hockey, the Falcons are back to the drawing board. The squad lost both tournament matches in Toledo this past weekend, first to RIT, then Western Michigan. Ty Eigner and his team will face the Broncos again in a home-and-home series this weekend. He says there are plenty of lessons to take away despite the losses.
There was a little bit of frustration on the bench. Anytime things aren't going your way, I think that's kind of natural. So we talked about how we're going to handle that. What's the best way to handle that? But, just stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. And when it's your turn to go out there, do the best job you can. But there was a little frustration. I think anytime things don't go your way and maybe you don't get the result that you had hoped for, there's going to be some frustration for sure.
The first game in the series is this Friday here in Bowling Green. Puck drop is scheduled for 7, and that is it for sports. Ralen?
Thanks for joining us on this week's BG24 News. For today's stories and more, you can follow us on bgsufalconmedia.com for all our campus and community news. Until next time.